The procession of Queen Elizabeth's flag-draped coffin to St. Giles Cathedral marched through Edinburgh, Scotland Monday afternoon as the procession got underway. The Queen's 4 children, King Charles, Princess Anne, Prince Andrew, and Prince Edward, all followed the hearse on foot. The Queen's coffin was taken to the cathedral, where it will rest for the next 24 hours, giving members of the public a chance to pay their condolences to the late Queen. A Brainerd High School football player is being treated in Fargo after being severely injured in a game Friday night in Moorhead. Jonah Kaplan explains what happened and what's next.
Fourth quarter, about 4.5 minutes to go. Warrior senior and captain Connor Erickson is number 21, lining up on the defensive line. The play resulting in an incompletion, but Erickson then staring at the sideline and walks off. A few minutes later, he's on the ground, helmet off, by his coaches. Then, as the referees all glance to the sideline, the announcers offering a more sobering play-by-play.
I saw the ambulance arriving.
Connor Erickson's uncle Jared watching it live.
Thankfully, that coach was there because he called 911 right away when Connor basically went out when he sat down and was leaning up against the coach's leg.
The 17-year-old Erickson tonight heavily sedated and recovering from emergency brain surgery at a hospital in Fargo. According to his family, he sustained the apparent head injury sometime during that game against Moorhead. It's the second severe football injury to a Minnesotan high school football player in as many weeks, after freshman Ethan Glenn in Bloomington.
Both of these injuries, of course, tragic, and they're each devastating in their own way. For Ethan, it was a spinal cord injury. The threat, he might be paralyzed from the shoulders down. But for Connor, it's a head of brain injury. He can actually move his extremities. That was good news from the hospital. What's unknown, though, is his cognitive function.
At this point, there isn't a lot that's known. You know, part of the skull was removed to relieve the pressure from the bleeding in there.
What is known, the community rallying around not just a player, but more importantly, a good person.
He's a true leader and a kid everybody can get behind.
A terrible situation for both players and their families. A GoFundMe has raised more than $58,000 so far for Erickson's family. Now, it might seem early, but people will be throwing on the winter parkas before we know it. And the Coats for Kids project is underway. Coming up, how you can help families in need. Also ahead, a Colorado water rescue caught on camera. People trapped in a car could not have asked for a more qualified first responder.